My name is Mark Ripper. Welcome to Carroll 101. I serve as the Director of Technology Services for Carroll County Government and Chief Information Officer. And today I'd like to tell you a little bit about my department. I'm going to start off by talking about how we're actually set up and then go into a little bit about what we do. And then I'm also going to talk about the fiber network, and I'm going to conclude with giving you some ideas on protecting yourself from any cyber thefts. First of all, I'd like to start off talking about my vision and my mission. The mission of Carroll County Government's Office of Technology Services is to provide quality, cost-effective technology solutions and services that enable county departments, agencies, and partners to be successful in achieving their respective goals and always striving to exceed expectations. The role of the county to its agencies and to the citizens is to directly support the employees of the Carroll County Government, Sheriff's Department, State's Attorney, Humane Society with all of their computer needs. We also support all of the e-services that are out on the web in order for our residents to be able to access information and give the county information about things that they need to know about. The structure of my department, I have about 34 employees. I have 6 divisions: application and programming, client services, enterprise GIS, which is geographic information systems, networking, production and distribution services, and graphic design. I have an operating budget of about $5 million. The applications and programming manager is responsible for all of the major applications that are run on our HP 3000. It includes things like the financial management system, the integrated land management system, which we call Excella, human resources and payroll systems, and collections. In the client services division, this is the division that has the most contact with the actual end users in the county. They are responsible for helping people manage their personal computers, their data, and to help the employees keep the data safe. The Enterprise Geographic Information System oversees the GIS operations of the county. It assists in coordinating what we call the GIS layers that are available to people that include everything from property lines to actual pictures of properties and homes, businesses in the county. And GIS is used by multiple agencies, including planning, public safety, and economic development. My 4th division is the networking division. It's really an important division of the county today. It's grown over the past 30 years that I've been here. Today, their major influence is to protect the county from cybersecurity attacks and to help make sure that the users have all of the access that they need to their files, but at the same time making sure that the data stays safe and protected from outside sources. Production Distribution Services serves as the copy center and the mail center for the county government. They are responsible for producing all of the big jobs that you normally would not do on a printer, where generally dozens or hundreds of copies are required. And they also are responsible for collecting the mail within the county office building and making the runs back and forth to the United States Postal Service. The graphic design and media department actually consists of only one person, but she's responsible for helping the county do all of its public forward-facing, letting people know what the events that are going on, helping put together displays and those types of operations. Why we do it, what it means for county service, community, and residents. We're responsible for storing, maintaining, and protecting all of the data that is used by county government and partner agencies. We have been upgrading our technology over the years and continue to do so to provide state-of-the-art technology so that our data is maintained in a safe and efficient manner, but is also easily accessible to the people who need to access it, and as well to the public that needs to access that data. Our customers do include the employees of county government and our partner agencies, but also you, the residents of Carroll County. We are supporting you in being able to get to the data that you need and provide county government with any information that you need to give us. We have multiple projects and challenges that we're facing. Again, the primary challenge is cybersecurity. You hear every day in the newspaper or on the radio, television, YouTube about another attack that's taken place somewhere where they've been able to get into the data. It's the responsibility of the Department of Technology Services to do the best that we possibly can. And while nothing is 100%, my staff works on a daily basis making sure that we are secure as we possibly can be. Another one of the big challenges is broadband in the county and making sure that the residents of Carroll County have access to high-speed internet access. In 2019, the commissioners did initiate a broadband grant program where businesses in Carroll County, whether they'd be in the towns or a small business that's actually run out of somebody's home, a grant program that allows them to apply for money so that they can have high-speed internet access brought into their houses. It is a maximum of $25,000 with a 50% match. One of the biggest tools that we have that's used by the users and staff of county is Accela, which is the integrated land management system. And it helps us track plans from the inception until the point that the permit is actually issued. But then it also allows us to track any issues that may happen after the property has been accessed. The project has been being developed for years and is continuing to expand. And we now have the ability for people to apply for certain permits online, check the ability of where their status is of any, isn't that horrible, inspections that need to be done in the county. In 2020, the county increased the ability of the employees to work remotely due to COVID. We put an awful lot of money into technology to allow people to continue to work at the same level that they were able to work in the office from their homes or any other location so that county government could remain open and accessible to the public. One of the biggest things that we've been doing here in Carroll County with the help of the commissioners is we have been able to build a Carroll County fiber network. The overall objective of this capital project was to build a robust, reliable, county-owned fiber-based network. We currently have over 130 county, state, and local connections to this network that are able to get internet access at no cost because we're able to bring that in through the state, and did a fiber share with the state where we allow people, the state, to use our fiber, and then it allows us to have access to the internet at no cost. We also build a lot of extra fiber into the network. We build up 216 strands of fiber, and what this is allowing us to do is that for every communications, generally you require 2 strands. County government uses about 72 of those strands on the fiber, but we also allocated fiber for business and industry to use and lease from us so that they could get access to high-speed internet. We currently have several different companies, including Carroll Hospital Center and Ting, who provide service to the city of Westminster, leasing fiber from us on a monthly basis in order to bring in their connection from the world down into county government. The other thing I wanted to cover and I wanted you to be aware of is that when we try and protect ourselves here at county government from cyber attacks, we also want you to be able to protect yourself from cyber attacks. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that are out there and the types of things that can happen. The first and the most common type of thing that happened and been happening for years is a virus, which is a piece of code that's capable of coming into your system and could do one of multiple things. One is it could start to get data off of your computer and provide it to somebody. It could also start to damage the data that's on your computer and cause you to have to reloading your system. Something that's become more common in recent years is phishing. Phishing is when somebody either sends you an email or makes a phone call or any type of communication with you where they're trying to get you to give them secure information. Do not ever give your information as far as credit cards, bank statement account numbers, or anything like that to any individual if they call up and ask for it. If you receive an email that says we need this information, the safest way to actually go about doing this is to go out onto the actual website that you're familiar with, log into your account, and check and see if you have any messages there. No respectable company is ever going to ask you for that data to be sent across an email message. Another type of attack, which is actually more common to businesses, is something called a denial of service attack. And what they do there is they start to flood the amount of data that's actually coming into the institution, and it slows down the institution's ability to be able to communicate with the world, and actually sometimes can make it next to impossible to get access to the internet. The other thing that you've probably heard about more recently and is becoming more common, unfortunately, is ransomware. Ransomware is when somebody takes over your system, they've loaded some software onto the computer, and they are now asking you to provide them some type of payment in order to release your data. The problem with this is that even if you pay them in a lot of cases, you're never going to get 100% recovery of the data that you lost. There's always going to be something that you're going to have to rebuild, and it's going to take a lot of time and effort to do it. One of the ways that they're asking for payment nowadays that you may have heard of is something called Bitcoin, which is an electronic payment system that can be used to pay the ransomware if it is something that is decided to be done. So what can you do to protect yourself? And it's the same things that we do here. First of all, update all of your software all of the time. If Microsoft says, I've got an update for this, or one of your games or other programs says, we have an update for your system, update the software. A lot of times when they're providing those updates, they're providing security patches to holes that people may have found in the software that would allow them to enter your system. Second of all, understand how scams work. There is, again, with your bank statements, your credit cards, anything where you work, they're never going to send you an email asking for personal information, such as your social security number, credit card information, including your security code, even your address and zip code. There's no reason to ever respond to those types of attacks, whether they be by phone or by email. Also, people are becoming more and more creative in the way that they're going about doing it. They can be sending you an email that says this is from one of the shipping companies or from an airline or maybe a purchase of a product, and we can't ship your product or you can't get your tickets until you respond to this email and give us the information that we're asking for. Those are all different types of phishing attempts that you really, really need to watch out for. Again, always go out to the original site, log in with your name and password if you have any concerns, and if there's any messages there that you need to read, then they'll be there in that location. Use strong passwords. Strong passwords aren't simple things like Apple123. That's a very easy password. First of all, it's a word that can easily be found in a dictionary and then a series of numbers. There's software out there that can literally run hundreds, if not thousands, of passwords against systems to see if they can possibly get a hit. A strong password would be something like taking a phrase that says, I love to work for Carroll County government, and maybe take the first letter of each word, make some of them capital and lowercase, and then you can also do things by adding special characters at the end, such as exclamation points or pound signs. The other thing you can do is you can replace numbers and letters with symbols on your system, maybe the letter A with the @ symbol. That would give you really, really strong passwords, and they should be at a minimum 8 characters, but obviously 12 to 16 characters are going to be much, much stronger. The last thing I want to leave you with as far as best practices is do not use public Wi-Fi to do transactions that involve sensitive information. In other words, don't go out to a restaurant and decide, oh, I got to pay my MasterCard bill here, because the network that you're connecting to there is probably not as secure as it needs to be, and there can literally be other people sitting in the restaurant with the equipment that they need to monitor exactly what you're doing, and they can see every keystroke that you hit and gather that information, and then in the future use that, the fact that they've gotten that information, and be able to attack your accounts. I thank you for listening to this today. Again, my name is Mark Ripper, and you have my contact information there on the screen, mripper@carrollcountymaryland.gov or 410-386-2053. If you have any questions at all, whether it be about the Office of Technology, the Department of Technology Services, or anything about the fiber network. The one other thing that I'll let you know is that I also serve as the chairman of the Cable Regulatory Commission here for Carroll County Government. So if you ever have any questions about cable, don't hesitate to contact me about that as well at those same locations.